Hey everyone, how are you all today? Okay, the video is starting, so I'm going to give it a couple of minutes. Hey everyone, how are y'all doing today? I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend. It's the first, and it's a new moon weekend as well, so there's going to be a lot of energetic shifts, and you may be experiencing all sorts of extreme symptoms, as we call it. For those of you who have been doing a lot of self work, this will be the time to reap the benefits of the work you have been doing, the fruits of your labor, in other words. I'm just going to give it a couple more minutes so as to see who else are joining me today. Hi, MJ. So, yeah, I'm just going to give it maybe another 20 seconds and I'm going to go right in. Okay, lately I've been doing so many readings, and there are some readings that I find that are quite saddening to me because some of those who request for readings are trying to fit into this twin flame label. Like, so that's why I felt like this video is very necessary, because not all relationships are twin flame relationships, and it doesn't matter what kind of relationship you are in, as long as it is not abusive, detrimental to your mental health, or other things that pulls you down or pulls you away from your origins, which is God. So the moment a relationship tends to pull you away from your divinity, then you know that's a big red flag. I see Jasmine here. Hi, Jasmine. How are you? Do you have any questions about twin flames? Please shoot me, and I'll just keep talking. And if anyone has questions, I'll just try my best to answer them. And you could see that in my link, I already have a link that links you to the explanation on what twin flames are. Hi, Bella. Okay, so let me go back. So you can't, not everyone needs to be a twin flame either. We are all on earth to experience life, and some of you may be on different plans, missions, experiences. So it's not necessary to force every person you meet into a twin flame label. Twin flames are not some Ivy League university that you have to strive to go into. Twin flame is just like an identity, so that, okay, it was even created so that other twin flames could get support from. So going into twin flames and twin flame signs, rather than the definition, which is already stated there, I want to go into signs of meeting your twin. When one individual meets their twin, they will know that that person is their twin. There's going to be no doubt about it. I mean, of course, there's going to be third dimensional human doubt. That is undeniable. But however, you wouldn't be constantly seeking validation, because once you meet your twin, you will know that person is your twin. And actually, you won't even try to label that person into a twin flame connection, because you already know this connection is unique and special. Like, I don't need a marker or a list to confirm. So I'm going to look at some of the questions. Hello, Sherry. Bella has asked me a question. I would ask when we can reunion with KA and me AZ. I think you should read my post on 2022 reunions, and if you fall under those signs, like I gave, there are a few indicators there which show when you're going to go into reunion, then you may go into reunion. Hi, Jill. I'm good, thank you. Oh, thank you. Hi, Sairuna. I see you again from the last session. Okay, so shoot me any questions about twin flames. I'm going to keep this session to less than 45 minutes. So, yes. So, when you meet your twin flame, you wouldn't experience fireworks. Actually, fireworks are more of soulmate and karmic connections. With twin flame, you'll actually feel at home. You'll feel like, hey, I'm meeting my friend, a long term friend. I'm meeting someone who is so familiar to me, you know. So you won't experience those Hollywood kind of rain stopping, thunderstorms, and stuff like that. It's just going to be familiarity. Bella, maybe you should get a twin flame check. Many of our readers actually do that check because if your person is causing you a lot of pain, sometimes it could just be a high level soulmate connection or a karmic connection. And all these connections tend to appear before you meet your twin. And not everyone on earth have a twin flame here. I mean, of course, there are exceptions. If you really want your twin flame, you can always call out to your twin through a walk-in. But if your twin flame is not talking openly, you have to really look into the connection. Feel free to like share your experiences of like how you met your twin, what were the first emotions you felt when you met your twin, and how was that orchestrated by divine, like what did you feel? Because I think it's vital to actually reflect on your experience of meeting your twin and the journey you have after. Because, of course, many twins experience a separation phase, and when a lot of twins or a lot of divine feminines or masculines are in the separation phase, you would know it's a twin flame connection if you are doing inner work. You would be focused on you. You'd be focused on healing yourself, your trauma, your past experiences, things like that. That's what you would be doing during your separation phase. And during your separation phase, if you are not actually working on self, then that would be a key indicator that person you have met might not be your twin after all. Yes, Bella. So you have to feel that unconditional love and trust, but it has to come from self. You can't be relying constant validation from your person. If not, it becomes a very toxic, energy sucking sort of a situation. Like, think about it. If someone is constantly thinking about you and not thinking about themselves, it's not very healthy after all. So it is actually very important to work on oneself and love oneself. It's very difficult. It's a very difficult thing to do. Oh, hi, Cheda. Can I read out your comment? Okay, I'm going to read out what Cheda just shared, and it's very, very personal. Cheda says that after I tried attempting suicide, Divine told me you'll surely get one. And after a month, he came into my life. I had no idea at that time, but looking at him, I was like, I want him to be my friend. And out, if the whole group coincidentally only we were. You see, that experience, that is a clear indicator of a twin flame meeting. See, often people reach that point where they just want to surrender to God, and when you actually call out to God, your God would actually lead you on the path of meeting the ultimate union, which is with your divine masculine or divine feminine. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And I know it's very personal, and if anyone ever needs support, there's so many hotlines, and there's so many people out there willing to support. So Always pray to God and always seek assistance if you need to, because this twin flame journey is not an easy one. It's very, very challenging, and it's not for the weak hearted, certainly. What really saddens me is how a lot of people tend to place every connection they meet into the twin flame label, and then what happens, then when you meet your real twin flame, you're not going to even recognize them as your twin, because you would have been caught up by the whole romantic notions of twin flame this, twin flame that. It has to. So you need to have a spiritual sort of awakening, like you have, like what Cheda explained. Like she said that she actually hit a rock bottom, and then divine actually spoke to her saying that she would get one, and then her twin manifested, and that is a very, very, very common sign of a twin flame meeting. You would be lost. You would be completely lost. Like prior to meeting your twin flame, you would have hit rock bottom. You would be like sleeping 18-hour days, feel no purpose, taking leave of work. Or you would be just doing mindless traveling, or you would feel this complete detachment towards life. And and then you will yearn out, you will call out to God, like, what is it in my life? Why am I suffering so much? Why have my past relationships been so terrible? You would be thinking about all that. And 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 that is when your connection with divine is renewed, because you have nowhere else to go but to search within. And when you connect to within, you actually open up the bridge, the communication with yourself and God. So I'm going to move on. Nubia Dawn has said that you said there wouldn't be fireworks, but that's exactly what I felt. I knew it was a different connection. What I meant was fireworks, meaning how people describe, oh, I'm so in love with this person. So your definition of fireworks might be very different from my definition of fireworks. What I want to say is that when you see your twin flame, you'll feel like you've come home. Like example, you study overseas for 5 years and you have no contact with your family, and then 5 years later you come back home. What is that feeling? And that is the kind of feeling you will get when you meet your twin flame. A friendship. It's very it's very it's very easy to be with your twin. Even if you're upset with them, you know that it's just leela. In Sanskrit they call it leela, just play. So I hope I answered your question. I'm so sorry, Nidhi. I read your surname, which is your first name, and I know in our Indian culture that tends to happen. My mom has that too. Like my dad's name is in front, and people always call her by my dad's name. So I apologize for that, Nidhi. Thank you so much again for sharing your experience. It has certainly inspired this video. I'm going to go to Jasmine now. I met my twin when he walked into my job and applied for a position. I immediately felt pulled to him, and we ended up becoming lovers for a while. But we have been separated for 5 years now, and I feel I'll be seeing him very soon. I really feel that all that work I've put in for the past 2 years is finally paying off. I'm so happy with how much I've changed. Jasmine has shared a very beautiful example of her life. I'm going to thank her for that again. You see, look at how her meeting manifested. He walked into my job, like literally it can happen like that. It's going to be so common that you wouldn't even feel like your twin has just walked in. That's how normal it is, a twin flame connection. It's the most comfortable connections on earth. Like you would never feel that way with anyone else, even with your parents or best friends or past lovers. With your twin flame, it's just special, you know and just like what Jasmine had described, even after 5 years of separation and doing all the healing and work, and she says it's finally paying off. And the important thing is, Jasmine, you are happy with yourself, you're detached, you have this healthy love towards your person, and that is what this twin flame journey is about. It's about healthy attachment, and not that crazy stupid feelings of love that is portrayed in films. I mean, of course, there are many twin flame movies as well. One of them is The Adjustment Bureau. You can see how Matt Damon and Emily Blunt, they meet, and then they're constantly separated by a group of angels, and how they unite. So that is a good movie to watch. Obsession, obsession happens in some cases, but often it would be a karmic or a soulmate connection. Obsession, and with twin flames, it is very mild. You won't be that insecure obsessed with what they are doing or with their actions or reactions. There will always be this sort of an understanding and open platform. Like, you can always communicate with them. Only in extreme cases do twin flames block one another, and that is always a mirror effect. Jill, we met with a huge social barrier, but neither of us could deny this crazy magnetic attraction. Never felt that. You see, it's something unique. And that's why I'm saying, when you have that never felt before feeling, that is one of the key indicators of meeting your twin. Needy, thank you. I'm going to read out your second incident. After 10 years of that experience, decided to divorce, and then I again started getting messages and visions of him. See, you're so in alignment, and that is so beautiful. And it's very, very difficult to go through a divorce and being a survivor of a of a marriage that is not good. And but the beauty of it is you have attracted your true divine partnership. And I'm so happy that getting messages and visions from him truly elevated you and unlocked a lot of your own. In fact, Nidhi is one of our fellow approved readers, and you guys should thank her for sharing some things that are very, very personal to all of us. Okay, Jasmine, I didn't realize he was my twin until 5 years later. Oh, I'm so sorry I had to go through that, and truly called out to God because I couldn't take life anymore. And after God truly sat me down and told me that life would get better, a month later, my twin came back into my life. You see, people do actually have near death experiences. Like, yeah, and that is another sad and misfortune unfortunate indicator. But people tend to drop rock bottom when they are going to meet their twin, or they are going to reunite with their twin, because you see, your twin pushes you to actually experience like your shadow side, and stuff like that. Like, it really goes down to you trying to deal with yourself. Like, some of you might even experience things that you have never experienced before, or you might start to discover that, oh, I didn't know I had such a flaw in me. Like, my twin has really triggered that. That is another indicator. It's not all rosy and beautiful. Twin flame relationships are actually the biggest. I would even use the word ugly. It actually brings out the ugliest sides of you. But one thing is, a twin flame would never hurt their divine masculine or divine feminine. They will never hurt them to the point of toxicity. There won't be bullying, there won't be abuse, there won't be rape, or there won't be sexual um, issues like being made use of. Like, twin flame relationship, those things never occur. And if those things actually occur, then you should really, really get a twin flame check done. And many of our readers offer that service. You can always go to our files and have a look at it, because abuse is something that shouldn't be tolerated, and it's wrong. And it's like I do a lot of family law cases, and sometimes, it all starts off with all that romantic notions, and then towards the end, when they divorce, it's one of the ugliest separations. And that is the nature of human relationships. Often when one person is not with the person they're supposed to be, it really becomes toxic, and there's a lot of abuse, a lot of pain, and that's why you can never put that kind of a relationship into a twin flame label. Okay, Jasmine. Okay, I think I've answered your question. Nubia, you're welcome. Jill, it's so unexpected, I feel, when they walk in. Yes, you do. Of course, you do have that fluttering and all that. Those are hormonal responses from your body. When you're with someone you love a lot, you actually release, what is that called? The happy dopamine. What is that happy? Yeah, you release that hormone, and that's why you feel that it flutters. Mindy, I just sent a handwritten note card to the man whom I believe is my twin flame for his birthday. I saw a license plate with his initials while heading to send it out. The total was $11.12. But then tonight I started coughing. What does that mean? I know it has something to do with the throat chakra and communicating. I think for once you should actually get a twin flame check, because some connections, I mean, all connections do have signs and syncs. Um, there is definitely, as a general love read, what I can say is there's definitely some communication issues out there, but I feel like you're putting too much hope into this relationship, and you should get that. You should look into that. Bella, Bella. I was also divorced after I met my TF. I wasn't happy many years. Was meditated to move, but after I met my twin, I was feeling ready to go. Yeah, Jasmine. I'm going to read out Jasmine's comments. Yes, that is so true. I'm so thankful for my twin flame journey has helped me discover true self-love. I'm still learning, of course, but I'm glad I'm giving myself the love I deserve now. Yes, that is very important. And you see, the thing is, okay, now I'm going to talk about the whole labels, you see. I don't know, there's this whole movement that's trying to get this twin flame label, like twin, there I don't want to label that, but there are a lot of twin flame wannabes. But what happens is, if you're trying to force your connection into a twin flame label, you're actually preventing yourself from meeting your true twin flame. And would you want that? Like, really, like, seriously, would you want that? And then you see, so there are two types, okay? So you meet your twin flame, you see signs. Some people meet a connection and they try to connect every sign or every coincidence they see as a sign from the universe. But you know internally when your twin is not your twin. You just know it. And that's the reason why many people, they keep asking for validation. Because if they know that person is their twin, why would they even ask? Why would they even need a twin flame label? You know that that connection is unique, that connection is deniable. Another sign is you might have like a birthmark, and your twin flame will have a birthmark at the same place. There is something that will actually have you will have a physical sign in each other's body as well. Jill, if I feel I need a communication boundary with my twin, could it be something that is being mirrored to me that I need to look at? I hope this question makes sense. I understand your question, so I'm going to give a very general answer, because I don't want you to take everything I say to mean for you, because this is a general discussion. With, in some cases, twin flames tend to mirror. So it could be like this. Person A may be feeling extreme jealousy, for instance, okay? And they are not the jealous type. So they may be tapping or mirroring into the shadow side of their twin. So that's the reason why they're experiencing that combined jealousy. Or it could be you might suddenly experience this extreme love or some sort of feelings, or you might suddenly smell like like Middle Eastern food, but you are not actually eating Middle Eastern food, and your twin is actually eating Middle Eastern food. So you will have that kind of signs. Or you might suddenly feel cold in a really warm environment. So your twin might be based in a winter country, and actually that is a very high level sync, as you call it. Like twins who have really done a lot of self work would actually experience that. So, for instance, for twins who have not been in communication, you might suddenly feel that you're extremely happy. And then you'll be like, why do I have this sudden boost of happiness? Your twin might be visiting family, or your twin might be in a very happy point in his life, and that is actually mirroring back to you. And prior to that, you may have felt depressed, and that depression might have stemmed from your twin as well. That's why self work is so important. Only then you'll be able to differentiate your experiences with yourself and your twin. Oh, Teresa, thank you. Bella. Okay, another thing about twins, I'm glad you brought that up. There's a lot of age gap with twin, because twin flame relationships are designed to break boundaries, earth based concepts. So there might be a huge age gap. The male might be older, the female might be older. It all depends. There will also be huge religious, cultural differences as well. Oh, thanks, Melinda. That's so sweet of you. And I like the Cupid arrow that you have there. Yes, so going back to the age gap. So, but again, there are twins who are of the same age as well. So you can't use that as a determining factor to determine anybody can fall in love with anyone. This is a free will universe. All right, also think about this. Even if you are a twin, you can never force your twin into a relationship with you, because your twin is a sovereign being in a separate body to you, and they are here to experience love just the way as you have. You may be connected, but on earth we still have the freedom of choice to be with anyone we want to. So don't go around bashing their karmics or their soulmates. There is a reason for that. It could be due to some karma that was unresolved. So let things happen at a divine time. Like if you force something, union would just your union would just become longer, and it might even come to a point you might not even unite in this lifetime, because it just pushes you back to focusing yourself. Only when you do self work, self healing, and you're connected to source, to the divine, to God, only then will you truly unite with your twin flame. You need to unite with yourself first. People are scared to even look within. People are not Most individuals are afraid to even look into how they are feeling. Have you ever, like, can you, like, some people find it hard to be by themselves for several hours. So there's a lot of inner work that needs to go. Jill, that makes a lot of sense with feeling happy then sad. On this journey, I have felt recently like I'm going two steps ahead and then two steps back, trying to be gentle with myself and remember that this journey is full of ups and downs. Today felt like a breakthrough for me. So, yes, that is another indicator as well. You'll be feeling sudden bolts of joy and sudden bolts of sadness. Sometimes it has got to do something with your twin, sometimes it's got something to do with your own spiritual journey. Important thing is you don't give up on yourself. You have to believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, How do you expect your twin to believe in you? Or how do you expect the society to believe in you? Further to it, being obsessed over this individual, it's very toxic. Even if one is obsessed with their twin, it is very, very, very toxic. It becomes, it actually portrays a very unhealthy and negative side, which needs to be addressed. So you shouldn't deny it either. You should always spend time searching within, reflecting within. There are plenty of YouTube videos out there that guide you. There's galactic channeling, cleansing, cord removal. There's so many videos on YouTube, and they're all free. And there are, and many of our readers also have services like healing, twin flame healing, individual healing, Reiki healing, healing, childhood wounds healing. There's so many. Like you just have to go into the album section and look at all the services that all of us offer. And that might aid you in your healing process. But however, healing is a very personal journey too. No matter what the healer does, and if you are not willing to accept it, you're not going to heal. So it's a two-way thing as well. You need to be open to the healing. You need to connect with the universe, and you need to let it come to you. Like today, I'm thinking that I'm going to actually do some isis healing for all of you who are watching this. There is this symbol called Mayurma. So and that is a heart chakra healing symbol. I believe that will actually help you guys in your journey towards finding love. I tend to use that on my clients a lot, and it's always beneficial. Yeah. You can actually, in fact, I might post a picture of the symbol so in the comments, so you can have a look at it. Yes. So I'm going to read Jasmine's comment now. That is very true. I learned one must align with themselves before aligning with someone else. I made that mistake in my karmic relationship. If you aren't right within, you can't truly give your love to someone else or teach them how to love. I completely agree with Jasmine on this. You have to, you see, you won't be able to pour water out of an empty glass, or you won't be able to pour water out of an empty glass. So you need to have unconditional love oozing out of you, and only then will you vibrate at that frequency to actually align with the love that is very high vibrational, and that is a twin flame love. It is completely high vibrational, and that is the reason why it's rare, it's unique, and it's one of a kind. And every twin flame couple have their own experience, because there are different kinds of twin flames, which you can read in the link that's given below in the video, to have a better understanding on what exactly twin flames are. So there are monadic twin flames, there are split twin flames, um, there are walk-in twin flames, and there's also soulmates, karmics, mirror relationships. There's also fake twin flames. So some of my students, clients describe that as sometimes they meet their fake twin flame before meeting their real twin flame. Oh, Jill, it can be actually found in discussion. I would send you the link after I finish this video. Yeah. So yes, you might be able to resonate with some of the symptoms there. So I'm going to go for another 10 more minutes. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to ask me. I think I'm going to end with talking about attachment and detachment. So I've got many questions coming up about this. So I know there's many people giving many kinds of advice online. Your journey is yours alone. Your journey is unique. And of course, you're thinking about your twin flame all the time, but you can think about your twin flame and not be obsessed or attached. So you think about your twin flame and you actually feel like you're in union, then you're vibrating from five dimension and above, which means you are not in separation at all. But if you're obsessing of your twin flame and separation, then you're actually vibrating from a very, 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 very low level, or a low vibration, which actually indicates that you're really separated from source. So when you feel closer to God, you feel closer to union. When you don't feel so close to God, you're actually very much away from union. So that is another key indicator as well. So it's okay to think about your twin flame. Just think about what vibration you're vibrating on when you think about your twin flame. And again, that is a service as well. Like our readers do. In fact, I think I offer that. I think I offer that service as well. Which frequency you're vibrating on right now, and how much soul work you have done in the different dimensions. Yes, actually, I offer it through my Rekindling the Inner Goddess. Yes, yes, I actually do that. So I will actually tell you how much work you have done in different dimensions, and that's one of my best sellers actually. Like my clients check in with their energies once in a while. So, wrapping up, shadow work, childhood wounds, and most importantly, trauma, sexual trauma. This is a huge, huge thing. Always be aware of who you share your sexual energies with. Yesterday, there was a post by a girl who said that she feels this connection, and that she thinks that having sex would actually make her person come back to her, and that really broke my heart, because sexual energy is extremely, extremely divine. It's and you don't want to, and just look at it this way: every time sexual energy is shared with someone else, you actually create an imprint on each other, and that imprint would actually stay in your physical body till you die. So think about it. The more sacred and the more respectful you are of sex, you will actually experience the highest form of sex. Having said that, some individuals are forced into marriages, are forced into situations where they are not able to protect themselves from rape, abuse, sexual abuse, marital rape. These are all very important issues that, please, all of your countries have laws that protect you from it. If you are ever in danger, please contact the police. Please make a report. Always have a rape kit. And yes, be very, very, very careful with your sexual energies. I'm also going to send you guys some protection for all of you who are watching these videos, so that you are protected by divine. I'm going to share another Isis Sachem symbol for protection. And I'm also sending you guys another symbol, which is Hearth, which is a symbol that will allow you to rest, and Zona, which does DNA repairing. I'm going to post all of that in the comments once I wrap this video. So I'm going to give it another few more minutes. If there are no more questions, I'm going to wrap this session up. So anyone, any more questions? I'm going to actually see if I can find the article. Okay, let me give it a few more minutes. So, yeah, so with your twin flame connection, please get it checked if you are unsure. That might give you some clarity. Don't take it hard if the reader says that person is not your twin flame. There is nothing wrong or nothing less about it. Having a soulmate connection is also beautiful, is also wonderful. Every experience is orchestrated by the universe, is orchestrated by your higher self. Jasmine, thank you so much for sharing about your journey. It is definitely inspiring. So many people are watching this video, are going to watch this video as well. Yeah, Bella, you really have to work on your detachment issues, because what you're feeling is not yearning, what you're feeling is desperation. And I'm sorry to break it to you, Han. You have to really detach and work on yourself. Like, you have to stop, like, do this exercise. Don't think about your twin for 10 days. I know it's going to be hard, but give that a try. And after the 10 days, you might feel a shift. Because when you keep obsessing over the fact that your twin is not talking to you. You're actually mirroring back to your twin, and that person might actually feel repelled and may run further away. That's why it is always said that when the chaser stops, the runner stops running as well. So I believe there are no more questions. So I'm going to wrap this up. Have a great weekend, guys. And this is the time of the year where a lot of people, a lot of you will be visiting family. Have a great holiday. Enjoy yourselves. Be healthy. Stay healthy. If you need to work on your shadow selves, if you have to work on your childhood wounds, trauma, sexual trauma, please, there are a lot of help available. YouTube is amazing because there are many videos that support healing. So watch that, and if you need a personalized service, look at the album as well. Thank you all and take care. Love all of you, and sending you heaps of Isis Seichim healing. Take care, and talk to you all soon. Bye.